What's going on, peoples? What's happening? What's happening? Uh, Man, it's been one of these days, man. I'm glad that we are coming close to end of the week, and get an opportunity to just sit back and relax and kind of go from there. Um, Beware of all the weather conditions out there. It's raining here, so what I'm saying. Just be aware of that, and take your time. You know what I'm saying. Today, I got the LFD Coronado. You know what I'm saying? Um, the LFDs are going to be more on the bolder side of it. It is something that has a little bit more, pop to it. Because usually what it happens is that majority of the stuff the LFD does is double Lajero. Lajero is the strength of the leaf. It's the top of the leaf. If you look at a flower, a tobacco plant, the top of the leaves is your Lajero leaves, and that's usually where to get all the sunlight, gets all the nutrients, it gets all the water. It's first to get anything. So um, those are usually some of your stronger, um, more bodied leaves. You're gonna do something that's gonna have a little bit more body to it, more fullness to it. Um, and they have possibly some of the strongest cigars that are out. You know, with the DL 500, DL 700, the Diggers. You can't forget the Chisels, Chapter One, Chapter Twos, um, and they have one of the top three to either five strength cigars that's out. Um, that's going to be, to me, I can only go based upon my take. That is going to be it's called the NAS, NAS. It means nasty ass stick. So, if you got the strength to try it out, try it out. But I would advise you make sure that you have something on your stomach before you attempt to smoke that little cigar. The cigar looks like a little blunt. It looks like a little, it's real small, small, and when I tell you, it's just it got a punch to it. It got a punch to it. And before you realize, you be sitting there going, man, what in the world is happening? Because I just can't get it right, and it's usually because of that. So the other ones that I have on my list that are pretty stout in strength is, of course, the DL 700s, 500s, and those are hard to find at times. The Diggers are up there. Um, the the Camacho, um, which one is it? That Triple Maduro. If you can find the original Triple Maduro, then you're looking at a very stout cigar. The newer one, it's a little bit watered down, but it's still a really good body cigar. It's not for your average guy. It's not for your guy that's not into the strength profile. So my advice to you is that until you become seasoned and understand that aspect of it, I would kind of stay away from that one. The Triple Maduro is another one. Um, the Gurkha Black Dragon. Um, that is one of my favorite cigars. It is a phenomenal cigar. The problem is that your price point has jumped. I remember smoking that cigar when it was $20 to $26 now. The average place that you got it is gonna charge you anywhere between $75 to $95 for that cigar. Now it's a really good cigar, but is there a lot of other things that I would buy? In as opposed to that, yeah. Um, Ones that come straight off the hand is going to be Placencia, the green, Placencia black, um, any of the Padron series, the 26th through the 45th, the 50th, the 85th, all of those. 80th, Those are going to be done. Julius Caesar, Diamond Crown, um, the Maximus. Um, I will get those. Long live the Queen. Long live the King. The Mad Mofo. I will get those. Um, the League of Number Nines. I will get those. And I would definitely get the Hyatts and the Sin Compromisos. You got to, if you can find those Sin Compromisos, try it. And I guarantee you, you're gonna fall in love with it. It's a really, really solid stick. But we can red light up. Listen, we're at a stage in our life where get this bottom to pull. We're at a stage in our life where it's a lot of recklessness going on right now. It's a lot of crazy things that are happening out here in this world. We got to get it together. We got to bridge the gaps to create a level of fluidness between races, genders. I mean, everything right now is out of pocket. It's out of pocket. It's really out of pocket. It's you know, you got females that are acting like men, you got men that are acting like females. And I'm not talking about in regards to sexuality. I'm just talking about in regards to attitude and how they talk and how they speak to one another. That, aggressive, those type of things are not, that's just not what anybody's trying to do. You know? We don't have no more morals. There's no more morality issues or no morality concerns or things of that nature. We see things on a day-to-day basis on social media that is just, I'm shocked myself because I'd be like, man, okay, it can't get no worse than this. And then all of a sudden I see something the next day and I'd be like, okay, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. We got to get it together. We do. Life is coming. Issues and concerns are coming, and they coming full fledged. They coming around the track like they on the Indy 500. They going 200 miles an hour. Now your problems now going 200, 250 miles an hour, and they coming at you hard. And by the time you get ready to get out of one situation, the lap is getting ready to come again. So understand and identify the simple fact of where we are and what we have to do to control our own communities, our own situations. We can't continue to keep living like this because you got people that are sitting out here begging for something to happen, whether it's the fear of losing control or the fear of thinking that someone would treat you the way that you've been treating them. We got to do better. We got to do better. Because at the end of the day, you got everybody outside of this country that is looking at all of this. They're looking at all of it. And they're saying, hey, let them keep doing it. Division is a way to separate and break down the core barriers of your defense system, of your defense planning, or any type of growth that you have. Because at the end of the day, we all need one another. We all need one another. We need people that are outside of our frame of thinking. Um, unless you're in a position where you're signing and endorsing your own paycheck, there's things that you got to go through and you got to deal with until you get yourself in position. Now, how do you go about getting yourself in position? You go about getting yourself in position by placing yourself in a vehicle that either you're making money and you're saving money and you're preparing and you're doing the right investments and you're doing things of that nature, or you're planning on doing something that is going to bring in extra income that eventually is going to supplement or overdo your current income, and you still be able to provide yourself with health insurance, be able to pay everything that you need to be paid on a continuous basis. So once you get to that point or that level in your life, then you can truly sit here and say, okay, hey, I'm in a different place. But until you get to that point, you're going to have to deal with a lot of people. You got to deal with a lot of bull. You got to deal with it. And unfortunately, there's only 10 or less percent that's in that position. So the other 90% of this country is not in that position. And let's take it even a little further. When we get to the point where everybody's choosing whether or not it's red or blue, this situation, at the end of the day, your faith, your beliefs, the way that you treat people should be important. It should be a primary situation. It's a level of narcissism when a person feels as if they don't care what is done or what is said or what is taken out of a situation, as long as they are the ones that's winning. So that means that you feel like you gotta win every time. That's a low level of position of narcissism, that we have to identify. When you have people that are sitting here saying stuff that we know you shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be doing that. And throughout all the new rhetoric that's been found and talked about and spoken on, that you can still think that you are chosen over someone else. We better get it together, because if not, it's going to be a slippery slope and a downward spiral that we may not be able to recover from. Because if you split the country in halves or in thirds, that make you weak. The only time that you are strong is when you're unified. If you got an army of 1 million people and a third of them believe it this way, a third of them believe that way, and a third of it believes that way, how are you going to successfully be able to protect your country? How are you going to be able to protect this land? Smoke well, my friend, and think on that.